Mixing art with making this a better Memphis. Look at these guys. A local artist is turning illegally dumped tires, which we have an incredible excess of, into bike lane buffers to help keep cyclists and others safe on our streets. Well, this project started back in 2022 along Broad Avenue. It is now expanding to parts of Mississippi Boulevard from Crump to South Parkway. And joining us today to talk about this project is the artist Tad Pearson and Andy Kazee with the Binghamton Development Corporation. So thank you, gentlemen, for being here today. It's a pleasure to see you. Tad, you first started this project back in 2022 and you laid down some 420 tires down Broad Avenue. What led you to start the project?
Well, Joe, I didn't do it by myself. There were a lot of tires. But backing up, I've been painting tires for about 20 years.
Wow.
And the Binghamton Development Corporation, Andy, approached me about creating some bicycle lane barriers, and that was, as you say, 2021. And I created this wave-looking kind of tire that we can screw down to the asphalt. We installed it on Broad Avenue. We've been watching it, observing it. It's being successful. Now the city's ready to, put it on some other streets.
Well, as I was telling you gentlemen a minute ago in the green room, I bicycle a lot, and I've ridden down Broad and enjoyed the safety that barrier provides. Andy, tell us a little bit about why the move to Mississippi Boulevard this year.
Yeah, so the project 3 years ago was a pilot project. The city wanted to see it installed and see how it worked in practice. And then after the completion of it, we watched it for about a year, and they said you're green lighted to put them on more roads. But we actually have been identifying the funding for this. So it took us a few years to find more funding for it. Majority of this funding is from TDEC, from a tire reuse grant from TDEC, and it's going to cover 6 miles of these on Memphis roads.
So this also involves job training, right? And how can people get involved with that?
Yeah, that's right. So the BDC Business Hub is a warehouse-based, recycling-focused transitional job program. It runs from 3 to 15 months. People start out at $12 an hour. And people coming out of unemployment for any number of reasons and just looking to get back on their feet. And we do a bunch of different recycling projects, these tires being one of them.
All right, so how do you apply?
Yeah, so our website. Our website's got a really quick, literally 2-minute pre-application that gets you on a waiting list, and we hire off the waiting list.
And tell us the website again.
Yeah, bdcmemphis.org.
BDC, that's Binghamton Development Corporation.
Yeah, .org.
.org.
Yep, and then /hub, or you can navigate through the menu there, and the job training button will get you to that pre-application.
All right, Tad, that's a long stretch on Mississippi Boulevard.
Yeah.
That you're
well, we're going on both sides of the road. There's more going on Mississippi Boulevard than just the bike lane barriers. They're doing streetscape improvements, all the street corners. So Mississippi and Walker, when all this is finished, it's going to be looking real good. I don't know if you've been down National Street recently, but they've done some really beautiful things in there. Broad Avenue's looking good. So the city's out there improving the streetscape.
And it's a great idea to have artists involved, isn't it?
Well, I would say that. Yeah, I think it's a great idea. But these, if you're paying attention to bike lane barriers, there's some out there that they're kind of industrial looking, or they're not recycled, they're not sexy. And so these have they beautify the landscape as well, and they're recycled, but they look good.
You gentlemen were telling me that people other than cyclists have also said they appreciate the safety provided. Could you share a little about that?
Well, being on site on Mississippi Boulevard, there's quite a few people in the neighborhood that come through on electric handicap whizzers, they call them, and there's really no place. The sidewalks are not the best place for them to ride. Out in the car lanes is dangerous, and so this provides protection for walkers, other electric vehicles besides bicycles.
Yeah,
so,
folks.
There's going to be a lot of inventive use out of it.
Right. Folks in electric wheelchairs can find a modicum of safety in the lane, which is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It's really important. So when do we believe the Mississippi Boulevard project will be completed?
Probably about 3 weeks we'll be wrapping up. We're about we crossed the halfway point of the installation today, and we've reached South Park, and we've turned around and are doing the west side lane. And then looking for 2 new install locations for next winter. And so we'll be producing those this summer and installing them in next winter.
And so folks who are interested in maybe proposing their neighborhoods as sites for the addition could contact
That'd be
you
great.
via the
That'd be great.
website?
We've got a few shortlisted, but we'd love to put it for somebody somewhere where the neighbors really want it and see the benefit from it. So it's got to be a buffered bike lane. There's got to be a space between the bike lane and the traffic lane, not just a single painted line. But
All right.
yeah.
We want to wish you both a lot of luck with this. You are building a better Memphis on the side of the roadways. So thank you.
Thank you
Yeah.
for having us on, Joe.
All right, very good. Next on A Better Memphis.